Isupk.
Purchase your tracks today.
Know the people been waiting for a minute for something authentic. Came in the truth and bossed in it, made niggas regroup. Had to shed light on the false image. UPK whole court. Now who the fuck won scrimmage? 2 words for soft niggas. What is good riddance? Don't affiliate with feminine symptoms. I know you feel me, nigga. This a death threat to hip hop. You don't stop that weak shit, I'ma mix your lean with some Grimlock. When the last time you heard it this raw? What I wish for's when the earth inherited by the piss poor. We been to war, them the ones I'm taking risks for. Ain't got no picks or no cars to hold. Holy angels watch my steps, them Glock guard my soul. Can't let them leave my body cold. I know you feel me, nigga, let the wicked weep and the meek prevail. God never been 50-50, I shall now awake and sleep or still. Let the righteous cry, silence the pretender. A rebel without a cause, as long as I remember. Not taking the kingdom, the only thing on my agenda. Can't avoid me, nigga. Middle finger to the ones that try to destroy me. Revenge of beauty, I'm a beast. I told the bitch she can't eat, let she join me for dinner. My God ain't got no regard for a sinner. One call fall on him like timber. I know you feel me, nigga. In the eyes of terror, I stand still. Go to work for the colony, bring it back to the anthill. Plus everything I drop heavy as an anvil. Show you how to stand like a man in this damn field. I know you feel me, nigga. Fuck equality, it gotta be one man win and the rest lose. Wave devastator, I'm calculating my next move. UPK with real niggas seek refuge. Body shots for bars, that'll get you bruised. My niggas whole ranker, check your little attitude. I came to fuck up your mood on your little holiday like I'm Mr. Scrooge. Resurrected from the grave, walking from the fall. Visions in my eyes, gripping the mic, screaming God bless the underdog. Down by the letter, and live by that protocol. Walk by faith, not by sight. Ain't no hope for getting struggles. Life like tug of war, resist or get pulled into a world that never left you. I will endure. Election will be sure, correction will be swift. No Will Smith, but I am legend. What else would you call the killer of deception? A leader got soldiers on post in every direction. On gold like a German shepherd. Young and a restless, swear honor like a diamond necklace. I know you feel me, nigga.
Purchase your tracks today.
If Rome ain't know that.
Yeah, I hear these niggas when they talking, let them gossip. Protocol, never catch me slipping, tell them watch him. Tunnel vision, move out my way or try to stop this. All black, 0 dark, 30 when we lock in. Yeah, I hear them niggas when they talking, let them gossip. Protocol, never catch me slipping, tell them watch him. Tunnel vision, move out my way or try to stop this. All black, 0 dark, 30 when we lock in. I don't know what these niggas heard, boy, this my shit. Funeral home look like a gathering for the gothic. Outside of your crib like we held somebody hostage. Box shit, aiming at your noodle with a chopstick. She love me, but she say she hate the way I make her toxic. Double up on everything I do, cause I'm a prophet. Picture me coming to you for help, boy, that's nonsense. It's just me and my niggas, everybody know we got this. Watch your tone, you bass, I got something make you high pitched. Thinking he got faith till he run into a scholar. You a goon, he a goblin, tell him I'm a monster. Niggas forget the goal, all I care about is honor. If I say I'm not 2 or not 3, use your logic. Handicap match, get some help and then combine it. He think he big, treat his head just like an ostrich. so many hands and feet like he jumped inside a mosh pit. Yeah, I hear these niggas when they talking, let them gossip. Protocol, never catch me slipping, tell them watch him. Tunnel vision, move out my way or try to stop this. All black, 0 dark 30 when we lock in. Yeah, I hear these niggas when they talking, let them gossip. Protocol, never catch me slipping, tell them watch him. Tunnel vision, move out my way or try to stop this. All black, 0
gotta tell them pull that lock, and these niggas plot, and they wanna stop them, they mock, and they tryna block. Only leave them niggas in the box, then I leave them rot, and it's time to clock. And you hide, then I take your spot, then I guarantee I make it top 10. Ain't no one beside me thinking it's a tie, leave his stomach in the knot. See if your man think he hot too, give his top 3. And Frank in the booth, niggas can't spot me. I leave Earth coming back down, going Mach 3. See the sound couldn't catch up, I'm like lightning. I'm here, then I'm gone, leave them scared, so frightening. Up here, then we swarm, ain't fair when we fight team. Me and my team stick together like we signed me. She ain't mind speed, tell her go, shit, she might leave. He ain't one West, he a hoe, shit, he might leave. Say I'm not a rapper, then again, shit, I might be. Nigga knows word.
Yeah, I hear these niggas when they talking, let them gossip. Protocol, never catch me slipping, tell them watch him. Tunnel vision, move out my way or try to stop this. All black, 0 dark 30 when we lock in. Yeah, I hear these niggas when they talking, let them gossip. Protocol, never catch me slipping, tell them watch him. Tunnel vision, move out my way or try to stop this. All black, 0 dark 30 when we lock in.
Those are messed up, no. Bad news, it's to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent, I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me a whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course, get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick, I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaselina like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zoc, watch the dark. Matter of fact, lock the door. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper Free. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking over. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I'm making like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that business like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me a whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our core. Yeah, I just got off the call, I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fork. He ain't locked in with the count, and when you speaking to me far. Yeah, I just took the floor, ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign, tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion, they can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and out there. Can't do with them steppers, niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent, I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our car. And I just made the call, we gon' start another war. Yeah.
I got you. Let it vibe real quick. Push it up.
Look. City eyes, it's time to Bogart. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation voltage and fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. A fiend's taste sweet, told him make me an apple crisp. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Child become a man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad, telling me how them crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Poker stop, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no bench. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo. Spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yara down, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
Give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my taxes. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, saved facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you try
trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5, I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback to bitch in the dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Maya Shalom. Miles, we stand, hold our kedam, make some face east. Go to the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayah. Kwadah. Hayah. Simka. Yahweh. Lavaka. Taba'ah. Ratazak. Ayah. Aisha. Baratazak. Kawah. Hayah. Bashemayah. Dunanaw. Akam. Kab. Yuwan. Kasalakinaw. Kamawakinaw. Kasalakinaw. Bala'ah. Tabayanaw. Bonasai one. Abol. Abishai now. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Waha'ala. Watapara. Aman. In the English. Our Father. Which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debt. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. But catch the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Thunanaw, Hakah, Larapa'ah, Call Makallah, Call Matawa, Hakah, Latahar, Hamatazariah, Lahakim, Hamakim, Hakah, Al-Karawah, Latama'ala, Garshan, Ba'ashim Yahushua, the water Aman in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it. To the planet of bless Israel. You hear the names like you hear the name of Gamagun to the name of beloved. Christ. We went to school. doing the Sabbath service, so we're in the middle of the prayers. Oh, okay, Kawakad. It's only me and Mirage here, so I'll run up and grab it real quick. We just have to pause. All right, look, right. So I have the sisters upstairs. I guess she didn't pull the door. Sluggy? Yeah, we. Wow. Lord Christ, sir. There's no one upstairs, sir. Oh, well, all she has to do is pull the door, sir, because they got it on the time. Maybe. I would say lie, sir, because all she has to do, all you have to do is pull the door. So, she's no one up here. All right, Lord Christ, sir. So lock it. Yeah. So let's continue on. So lock it. Let's get it.
We get the name of lover. You hear the word Hagan, say the name of lover.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai.
Baraklanau. Yasarala. Mahabayah. Sapari. Barak. Pagan. Yeshashakar. Camille. Francine. Kimber. The entire Anderson family. The entire Luckett family. The entire Thornton family. The entire McAllister family. Done.
Yeshashakar. The
Billis family. The Skiller family.
Carter
The Carter family.
All Israel.
Done.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
What Armand in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Isupk. Ayun. Ahahar. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Izar. Ma'ayin. Yahau. Isupk. Samayam. Waratazah. Ayathan. Lamawat. Regal. Anala'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashun. Yashakar. Some Yashab. Iwadah. Kaya. The wide touch of what? The buck. Yakadwa. Alia. Barya. Yakarata. Ahoya. Alawam. Wayashimai. Alayam. Mawa'ab. Wahagari. Gabal. Wa'amalat. Palashat. Amyashabi. Tazawar. Gum Ashawar. Nalawat. Imam. Hayawat. Zerawat. The Bunny. The Wat. Salah. Aisha. Lahum. Kamadi. Kasaya. Sara'ah. Kayabi. Banakar. Kwayashawan. Nashamad. Mayan. Da'ira. Hayawat. Yaman. La'adama. Sayatama. Nada. Yadmu. Kaira. Wakazabak. Call Nasir Kamu. Ashar. Amar. Nairasha. Nalawat. Na'awat. Alahayam. Sayatama. Galgalak. Kakwat. The Panya. Rabaka. Ka'ach. Daba'ira. Ya'ira. Wakalahab. Kalahat. Ariyam. Khan. Daradat. Basaira. Wabasab. Wapak. Dabahalam. Mala'at. Panyaham. Kalawam. Waya. Gukwash. Shimka. Yahau. Yabash. Waya. Behold. Ayai. Waya. Kapar. Waya. Abad. Waya. Da'ira. Kaya. Atha. Shimka. Yahau. Yabak. Ayuwan. Paratazah. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in Hebrew.
Alahayam.
Al-Damayah.
The cut. All Thakarash. All Thasakwat. All Kayahana. Awadi. Yahama. Yawan. Ra'ash. Al-Amika. Ya'arayamu. Sayata. Wayata. Ya'ai Tazawar. Al Tazawami. Amar. Lakawat. Wanakakiyadam. Magoy. Wala'ai. Yasakar. Shum Yasha'ala. Iwadah. Kaya. The wide Tazawar. The buck. Yakadwa. Alia. Barya. Yakarata. Ahoya. Alawam. Wayashimai. Alayam. Mawa'ab. Wahagari. Gabal. Wa'amalat. Palashat. Amyashabi. Tazawar. Gum Ashawar. Nalawat. Imam. Hayawat. Zerawat. The Bunny. The Wat. Salah. Aisha. Lahum. Kamadi. Kasaya. Sara'ah. Kayabi. Banakar. Kwayashawan. Nashamad. Mayan. Da'ira. Hayawat. Yaman. La'adama. Sayatama. Nada. Yadmu. Kaira. Wakazabak. Wakazalmanai. Call Nasir Kamu. Ashar. Amar. Nairasha. Nalawat.
Nahawak, Alahayam, Alahayah, Sayatamu, Gogala, the Quash, the Panya, Rabaka, Ka'at, Dawa Ira, Wakalahab, Dalahat, Hariyam, Khan, Dawadat, Basaira, Wabasa, Wapatka, Dabahalam, Mala'ai, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Waya, Kwash, Shimka, Yahau, Yabash, Waya, Behold, Ayai, Waya, Kapar, Waya, Abad, Waya, Da'ir, Kaya, Atha, Shimka, Yahau, Nabat, Ayuan, Kab, Paratiza. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
Be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee. Have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel. Against thy people. And consulted. Against thy hidden ones. They have said. Come. And let us cut them off. From being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Israelites of Moab and the Hagarim, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assyrians also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red, and like Zael. Yea, all their princes, as Zabah and as Zamuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. All right, what we starting off at with we're in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 11 and verse 1. Now, to catch everybody up from Salaki from last week, where we are now in the Bible is in the point where Samuel is an old man. Samuel was a judge for Israel. He was actually the last righteous judge that Israel had. His sons took over for him, and they judged for money. They judged for profit, like a lot of these Christian pastors and Muslim imams and so-called religious leaders and spiritual leaders and Egyptology scholars and all. They all judge for money. If you pay them the right amount of money, they will do anything that you say and give and put a judgment in your favor. They'll even prophecy in your favor. So that's what Samuel's sons were doing. All right. And the people came to Samuel and begged him for a king. So this is the end of the era of judges in Israel and the beginning of the era of kings. So the book of 1 Samuel gives the history of the first king of Israel. We begged Samuel to give us a king so we could be like the other nations, because all the other nations had kings ruling over them.
And unfortunately, we always have a habit of being like everybody else.
Right.
So we turned our back on the Most High. The Most High told Samuel, don't worry, you're not turning their back on you. They're turning their back on me. They don't want me to rule over them anymore. So he gave us a king. Now what we're at in the book is introduce Saul, the first king of Israel.
Right.
And so this is the story about how Saul became king. He's spoken to Samuel. He's received some instruction from Samuel. He stood amongst the prophets and prophesied with the prophets. He immediately, once Samuel told him what he was meant to do, his mind had changed. His whole attitude and everything changed to the point where the people around him didn't recognize him when he came back around. And then when they did recognize who he was, they wondered how he was able to stand shoulder to shoulder with the prophets and prophesy the scriptures and what was going on. So that's where we are right now. Saul is about to become king of Israel, the first king of Israel. All right, let's go.
From Samuel chapter 11 and verse 1 in the Hebrew, where your eye, the cush, Ta'amawaniya, where you come, out, your bush, Aliyah, where you Amarwa, call, Anashiyah, Yabayash, all, the cush, Barath, it's like a Karath, Nanawa, Baryah, when I conduct, verse 2, where you Amar, Aliyahum, the cush, Ta'amawaniya, Baza'at, Akarath, come, Banakawar, come, call, Ayan, Yamayan, Washama, the Ya, Karapad, Al, call, Yashala, verse 3, Waya Amara, Al Yuwa, Zakwanaya, Yamayash, Harak, Lanawa, Shaba'ai, Yamayam, Wanashalaka, Mala Akayam, Bakal, Gabawal, Yashala, Wa'am, Ayan, Mawashayai, Atanawa, it's like Atanawa, where it tells the animal, Alayak, verse 4, where about what? Hamala Kayam, Gaba'ai, Sha'awal, where the Barwa, Hadabaryam, Ba'azanaya, Ha'ain, where Shawat, call, Ain, Af, Kawalam, where you Bakawa, that's 5, Wahana, Sha'awal, Ba'a, Akarya, Habakor, Man, Hashada, where you Amar, Sha'awal, Ma, Na'ain, Kaya, Yabakawa, where Saparwa, Nawa, Ah, the Barya, Anashiyah, Yabayash, verse 6, what the Tazalak, Rawak, Alahayam, Ah, Sha'awal, Bashama Iwa, Kashama Iwa, Ah, Hadabarya, Ha'ala, Wayakar, Ahawa, Ma'ad, verse 7, Wayakwak, Tazamad, Bakar, Wayana, Takawa, Wayashalak, Bakal, Gabawal, Yasha'ala, Bayad, Hamala Kanyam, La'amad, Ashar, Ayayan Naya, Ayan Nawa, Yataza'a, Akarya, Wa'ashal, Wa'akar, Shama'al, Ka, Ya'isha, Nabakwa, Wayapal, Gapad, Yahweh, Al, the Ain, Waytazawa, Ka'ayash, Akar, Akkad.
Mariah is one of the best readers and speakers of the Hebrew. out here. Brother speak Hebrew almost better than you do English. Tell us his natural tongue. Right, come on.
Hey, if I could, man, I might be the fastest rapper. I'm not a rapper because I had stitches in my tongue, so that's why I talk about it. But anyway,
work for you.
That's right. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 11, verse 1 in the English. Then the Ammonite came up and encamped against Jabesh Gilead. And all the men of Jabesh said unto Nahash, make a covenant with us, and we will serve thee.
Mm-hmm. So now our enemies are gathering together to try to come and attack Israel. And so they just told this Ammonite to make a covenant with us, basically let's make a deal. You know what I mean? Right. You make an agreement with us and we'll serve you. We'll be your army. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And Nahash the Ammonite answered them, on this condition would I make a covenant with you, that I may thrust out all your right eyes, and lay it for a reproach upon all Israel.
That speaks for itself. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And the elders of Jabesh said unto him, give us 7 days respite, that we may send messengers unto all the coast of Israel. And then, if there be no man to save us, we will come out to thee. Verse 4. Then came the messengers to Gibeah of Saul, and told the tidings in the ears of the people. And all the people lifted up their voices and wept. Verse 5. And behold, Saul came after the herd out of the field. And Saul said, what aided the people that they wept, like that they weep? And they told him the tidings of the men of Jabesh. Verse 6. And the spirit of the Most High came upon Saul when he heard those tidings, and his anger was kindled greatly. Verse 7. And he took a yoke of oxen and hewed them in pieces, and sent them throughout all the coasts of Israel by the hands of messengers, saying, whosoever cometh not forth after Saul and after Samuel, so shall it be done unto his oxen. And the fear of the Lord fell on the people, and they came out in one consent.
So basically, they tried to make a deal with this Ammonite. And he said, all right, this is our deal. Give me all your right eyes, every last one of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we'll lay it out as an approach unto all Israel. So that's the covenant. That's the deal I'll make with y'all so I don't attack you.
Right.
And the people sent messages, said, give us 7 days to consider your offer. They sent messages back to Saul, and the people of Israel and everybody heard, and they wept and they cried and they raised up their voices because they didn't, nobody wants to pluck their right eye out of their head. Right. Like, that's a heck of a thing to ask an entire nation of people to do. You know what I mean? Or an entire city. I'm not going to attack you if all y'all pull y'all, if every last one of you pull your right eyes out. Right. That's how wicked our enemies are, have been, and always will be. So basically, they came to Saul, and Saul got mad. Right. You know what I mean? He kindled up his anger. He took the oxen, hewed it to pieces, sent them through all the coast of Israel. You know what I mean? And the fear of the Lord fell upon the people. And they came, you know what I mean? Saul is, at this point, he's the captain of the army. Right. The Lord appointed him as the captain over the army so he could defend Israel. He's leading his role to king. You know what I mean? Let's get to the next 7. I'll pick it up at 8. It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 11, and verse 8. Where you Pequatum, Bakazak, where you Hayawa, Banayah, Yasharala, Shalash, Mawat, Alak, Wayash, Yahweh, wow. Shalashim, Alak, verse 9. Wayamaru, Lamalak, Lamalak, Yom. Pabayam, Kaha,
Harmarwan, Layash, Yabayash, Gilai, Makar, Tahaya, Lakam, Tashawai, Tashawaya, Katham, I'm sorry, Bakam, Kakam, Hashamash, Layabawa, Hamalakim, Wayagayadwa, Lanashia, Yabayash, Wayasumakwa, verse 10, Wayamadwa, Anashia, Yabayash, Makar, Natazah, Al-Yakum, La'aish Yathum, Labawa, Kakal, Patawa, Bayan Yakum, verse 11. Wayahaya, Mamakarat, Wayasham, Shawal, Af, Ha'ain, Lasha, La'ashyam, Wayabawa, but the Wak, Hamakana, Shamrath, Habakwad, Wayakwa, Yawakawa, Amawan, I, come, Hayawam, Wayahaya, Hana Sharyam, Waya Patazawa, Wala'ad, Nasharwa, come, Sinayam, Yakai, verse 12, Wayamar, Ha'ain, Al, Shamawal, Maya, Hamar, Shawal, Yamalak, Al Yanawa, the Nawa, Hanashim, Wana Mayathium, Waya Mayathum, verse 13, Wayamar, Shawal, La'ab, Yawamath, Ayash, Bayawam, Hazahah, Kaya, Hayawam, Aisha, Yahweh, the Shawa'ai, Bayasharala, verse 14, Wayamar, Shemawal, Al, Ha'ain, Lakawa, Wanalaka, Hagalagal. When the Kadash, Sham, Hamalawaka, verse 15. Where you lakwa, call, ha'ain, hagagal, where you malakwa, where you malakwa, Sham, Shawal, Lapanya, Yahweh, Wagagal, where you Zab, Kawa, Sham, Zabakyam, Shalom Yom, Lapanya, Yahweh, Yewushamak, Sham, Shawal, Wakal, Anashia, Yasharala, I, Ma'ai. English.
Book 1 Samuel, chapter 11, verse 8, in the English. And when he numbered them in Bezek, the children of Israel were 300,000, and the men of Judah 30,000. Verse 9. And he said unto the messengers that came, Thus shall you say unto the men of Jabesh Gilead, tomorrow, by that time the sun be hot, he shall have help. And the messengers came and shewed it to the men of Jabesh, and they were glad.
So basically he said by tomorrow afternoon, because in the daytime, by the time the sun is hot, that's the afternoon.
Right.
They can be anywhere, and we all know from being outside, they can be anywhere between 12 and 3 o'clock. Right. You know what I mean? That's just an estimate of time. But when the sun gets hot, you're going to have help. Basically, help is on, let them know help is on the way. The cavalry is coming. Go ahead.
10. Therefore, the men of Jabesh said, tomorrow we will come out unto you, and ye shall do with us all that seemeth good unto you. Verse 11. And it was so on the morrow that Saul put the people in 3 companies, and they came into the midst of the host in the morning watch, and slew the Ammonites unto the heat of the day. And it came to pass that they which remained were scattered, so that 2 of them were not left together.
So Saul came out in the morning. So when he delivered that message to the men of Jabesh, they said, "Oh, great! Whatever you want us to do, you know, tomorrow we're yours. Command us. Do whatever it is you want. We're under your authority, whoever your command." So in the morning time, Saul came down with 3 companies in the middle of the morning watch and went to war with the Ammonites and slew them and scattered their armies. You know what I mean? It says so that 2 were not left together. That means everybody. They slaughtered them. Saul came down and slaughtered this army so bad, and these people so bad that they all scattered and went their separate ways. 2 men were not left together. That means even 2 brothers together that were fighting side by they ran in separate directions. They scattered out. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
12. And the people said unto Samuel, Who is he that said, Shall Saul reign over us? Bring them in, that we may put them to death.
He said, Who questioned Saul? After this victory, they said, Hey, who is it that says Saul gonna be our ruler and our king? No, bring them for us, we can kill them. You know what I mean? That's how impressed, that's how happy the people are. That's how thankful the people are. They see that the Lord is with Saul. They see the power of this man, his leadership. You know what I mean? His ability to protect them and wage war against the enemies. To the point where they said, whoever spoke up against him, bring them forward. We're going to kill them right there in front of everybody. Go ahead.
13. And Saul said, There shall not a man be put to death this day. For today, the Lord has brought salvation in Israel.
He basically said, look, ain't nobody killing nobody. Not today. You know what I'm saying? Today, let's thank the Lord for this, for salvation, for saving us against our enemies. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
14. Then said Samuel to the people, Come and let us go to Gilgal and renew the kingdom there. Verse 15. All the people went to Gilgal, and there they made Saul king before the Lord in Gilgal. And there they sacrifices of peace offerings before the Lord. And there Saul and all the men of Israel rejoiced greatly.
So basically, he said, "Look, let's go to Gilgal, and we're gonna renew our kingdom there."
Right.
You know what I mean? We're gonna start over at Gilgal. So they went to Gilgal and they sacrificed unto the Lord, and they gave praise and thanks, and they celebrated this victory. And everybody, they had a big party. They had to celebrate a victory party, which they should. And Saul and everybody else there was overjoyed. You know what I mean? They were happy and grateful to be alive. Let's continue on.
For Samuel chapter 12, verse 1 in Hebrew, where you Amar, Shemawal, Kal, Yashala, Hanab, Shemaitia, Bakalakam, Nakal, Ashar, Amarakam, it's like Amaratham, Naya, Wa'amalayak, Al, it's like Al Yakam, Malak, verse 2, Wa'aita, Hanab, Hamalak, Mata'alak, Napana Yakam, Wa'anaya, Zakwanat, the Yah, Washabat, it's like Washabatia, Wabanaya, Hanam, Atakam, Wa'anaya, Hataha, Akatia, Napana Yakam, Manairia, I, Hayawam, Hazah, verse 3, Hananaya, Ainawa, Kaya, it's like a Yah, Negad, Yahweh, Wanagad, Mashayakawa, Ah, Shawar, Maya, Nakokatia, Wakama War, Maya, Nakokatia, Wa'af, Maya, Aishapatia, Af, Maya, Partasawatia, Wamayad, Maya, the Kokati, Kapar, Wa'a Alayam, Ayanaya, Bawa, Wa'ayasha, Come, verse 4, Waya Amaro, La'a, Aisha Quatlua, Wala'a, Bataza Quatlu, like Ratazawa, Dalawa, Wala'a, Lakokath, Mayad, Ayash, Ma'awama, verse 5, Waya Amar, Aliyaham, I, Yahweh, Bakam, Ra'ai, Mashayatawa, it's like Mashayaku, Hayawam, Hazah, Kaya, La'a, Bataza Adam, Wayaliya, Ma'awama, Waya Amar, I, verse 6, Waya Amar, Shemawa'al, Al, Ha'ain, Yahweh, Ashar, Aisha, Af, Masha, Wa'af, Aharon, Wa'ashar, Ha'ila, Af, Abata Yakum, Ma'aratazah, Matazarian, verse 7, Wa'aita, Hataya Tazabaku, Hataya Tazabawa, Wa'ashapata, Wa'ashapata, Atakam, Lapanya, Lahawa, Lahawa, Af, Kal, Tazadakawaf, Yahweh, Ashar, Aisha, Atakam, Wa'af, Abawata Yakum. Book, verse Samuel chapter 12, verse 1 in the English. And Samuel said unto all Israel, Behold, I have hearkened unto your voice in all that he said unto me, and have made a king over you. Verse 2, and now, behold, the king walketh before you, and I am old and gray-headed, And behold, my sons are with you, and I have walked before you from my childhood unto this day. Verse 3, behold, here am I, witness against me before the Lord, and before his anointed, whose ox have I taken, or whose ass have I taken, for whom I have defrauded, whom have I oppressed, or of whom and have I received any bribe to blind my eyes wherewith, I will restore it to you. Verse 4, and they said, thou hast not defrauded us, nor oppressed us, neither hast thou taken aught of any man's hand.
So Samuel said, listen, the Lord heard your prayer, and now you here's your king. He walks among you. He said, I'm old. I've been with y'all since I was a child. I've done the work of the Lord since I was a child, since my childhood days. He said, so now I'm old and everything. I'm great. My sons are here. So witness this before the Lord. Be a witness. Who have I done wrong? What have I done wrong to any of you? Have I defrauded you? Have I taken anything from you? Have I offended you? Have I oppressed you? Has anyone given me a bribe? He knows what his sons were doing. But he says, anyone ever gave me a bribe and made me turn the blind eye to their sin or their transgressions against you? He said, let me know what I've done wrong. If I've done anything wrong to anybody from my childhood to my old age, since I've been in over Israel, let me know and I'll restore it upon you. I'll make amends to you right now. And they said, you've done nothing wrong. You've done none of these things. You know what I mean? Right. Samuel was a great judge over Israel. Right. You know what I mean? Meant to be a judge from his childhood. People saw when he was a child, but Israel being who we are, we wanted as soon as the good judge left and some bad judges came up, we didn't want to ask for another judge. Right. We go and ask for a king because we see the heathen had a king. Go ahead.
5. And he said unto them, the Lord is witness against you, and his anointed is witness this day, that ye have not found aught in my hand. And they answered, he is witness. Verse 6, and Samuel said unto the people, it is the Lord that advanced Moses and Aaron, and that brought your fathers out of the land of Egypt. Verse 7, now therefore stand still, that I may reason with you before the Lord of all the righteous acts of the Lord, which he did to you and your fathers.
Basically, Samuel is Samuel was hurt when they asked for a king. Right. He felt betrayed. The Lord told Samuel, don't worry about it. They're not turning their backs on you. They're turning their backs on me. Right. So Samuel said, you know what? So bear witness. If I've done nothing against you, I'm going to witness for the Lord. You know what I mean? I've done all these things. You don't have any art against me. So there's no art against this brother. The nation had no problems with Samuel. Right. So Samuel said, okay, now I'm going to witness for the Lord, all the good things that the Lord did for you. From the time of Moses and Aaron up until now, how the Lord has been with our people, all the great things that the Lord did. I'm going to be the Lord's witness. The Lord said, who will defend me against the evildoers? You know what I mean? Who will defend me against the people when they turn against me? You know what I mean? So the people have turned against God and asked for a king. So now Samuel's about to defend the Lord. Samuel's about to witness and remind Israel of who they're turning their back on for the sake of it, to have a king so we could be like everybody else. Right. Where we at? Verse 9, verse 8. All right, it's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 12 and verse 8 in the Hebrew. Kashar, Ka'ah, Yaquab, Matazarian, Za'ikwa, Abawat Yakum, Al, Yahweh, Shalak, Yahweh, Ah, Mashah, Wa'af, Aharon, Watazah Ya'awa, Ah, Abath Yakum, Mamatazarian, Waya Shabawam. Bamakuwam. Hazaha, verse 9. Will you shock Kawah? Yahweh. Al Hayaham. Will you Makar? Atham. Kayad. Socket Bayad. So you Sarah. Shah. Tazabah. Katazawar. Wubayad. Pulashapyam. Wubayad. Malak. Mawa'ad. Wayalak. Mawad. Come. Socket. Bum. Verse 10. Wayaza Aikwa. Waya za Aikawa. Quwa. Socket. Al. Yahweh. Yawamar. Yawamara. Katanawa. Kaya. Azabanwa. Yahweh. When the Izabar. When Izabar. Haba'alio. Wa'af. Ha'ashaf. Wa'waf. Wa'itha. Hatazayal. Nawa. Mayad. Ayabanwa. When the eye Badak. Verse 11. Will you Shalach, Yahweh, Ad, Yerubbaal, Wa'ath, Badan, Ya'ath, Yipatak, Wa'ath, Shemawa'al, Yuwatazal, Athkum, Mayad, Ayabayakam, Masabayad, with the Shabawa, Batak, verse 12, with the Ra'ah, with our Allah, Kaya, Nakash, Malak, Banya, Amwan, Ba'ah, Al-Yakam, with the Marwa, Laya, La'ah, Kaya, Malak, Yamalak, Al-Yawan, Al-Yanwa, wa Yahweh, Al-Hayam, Al-Yakam, Malakam, verse 13, Waitha, Anahad, Hamalak, Ashar, Bakar, Bakatham, Ashar, Shalatham, Wahana, Batan, Yahweh, Al-Yakam, Malak, verse 14,
Verse 14. I'm sloppy. Yeah. Verse 14. The Ra'awah, Yahweh, Wabaratham, but the thumb, Afwa, Washemai thumb, Bakwalan, sorry, Bakwalawa, Wala'a, the Marwa, Yahweh, Wahayathum, Gum, Athum, Wagum, Hamalak, Ashar, Malak, Alikam, Akar, Yahweh, Al-Hayam, Al-Yahakam. Right.
Book of Samuel, chapter 12, verse 15. It's like verse 8 in the Hebrew. It's like in the English. When Jacob was coming to Egypt, and their fathers cried unto the Lord, then the Lord sent Moses and Aaron, which brought forth their fathers out of Egypt, and made them dwell in this place.
Now, when Jacob came into Egypt, he's going back to the beginning. You know what I mean? We came into Egypt, we prospered, we grew, we became a nation inside of a nation. Our people multiplied exponentially. And then they abused us and we cried to the Lord, and the Lord sent Moses and Aaron to bring us out of that captivity. He's now reminding Israel of the wonderful, magnificent things that the Lord did for us that we seem to have forgotten about. And that's what King. Go ahead.
I could. This will be before we thousands of years before we went to slavery again to America.
Yeah, this is of course. You know what I mean? Because remember Moses prophesied our slavery in America. Moses warned our people about where our behavior would lead us, that eventually we're going to keep messing up until the Lord finally puts us into one final captivity that we're not going to be able to get out of without our king. You want a king so bad? Well, it's going to take a king to save us now. We're not no civil rights leaders, not no imams, no sheiks, no pastors, no priests, no deacons, no bishops.
Right.
You know what I mean? None of that stuff. Our king is going to have to say, we wanted a king. Now we got one. This is when we got the first king. And now we're waiting on the final king to come and save us out of this captivity. Right. All right, let's go.
Come, 9. And when they forgot the Lord their power, he sold them into the hand of Sisera, captain of the host of Hazor, and into the hand of the Philistines, and into the hand of the king of Moab, and they fought against them.
Now see, this is when our captivity started. We came out of Egypt. We went into Egypt. We grew. We were getting into captivity in Egypt because we were following their ways. And we had an evil ruler over us. Then the Lord gave us a savior. He gave us 2 saviors, Moses and Aaron, that led us out. Then we forgot about the Lord, turned our back. Now we're going to start captivity after captivity after captivity. At each captivity, the Lord has fought. We fought against the people. The Lord was with us and led us out. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And they cried unto the Lord and said, we have sinned, because we have forsaken the Lord and have served Baalim and Asherah. But now deliver us out of the hand of our enemies, and we will serve thee. Verse 11. And the Lord sent Jeroboam and Bedan and Jephthah and Samuel and delivered you out of the hand of your enemies on every side, and you dwell safe.
You see what happens? We start worshiping other gods.
Right.
And then we cry out to the Lord, oh, forgive us. We like a cheating spouse.
Right.
You know what I mean? We like Israel is like a no good woman that keeps cheating on a perfect man and keep begging to come back. And this man is so perfect. This husband is so perfect that he loves this woman so much that he keeps accepting his wicked woman back.
Right.
Knowing she gonna go out and cheat again. We keep following other gods. We keep committing adultery against the Lord. We keep whoring on the Lord and going after other gods, even way thousands of years ago until now.
Right.
We still following Muhammad and white Jesus and Buddha and just the white man in general. You know what I mean? And Egypt, we're still following Egyptian gods. You know what I'm saying? We're still following the gods of heathens and our slave masters. And at the same time, we're begging the Lord for forgiveness one final time. Right. To deliver us out of this hell, the worst captivity ever seen on this earth. To deliver us now one final time so that we can rule with his son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, the world 80 cross Jesus Christ, and that we can finally be on top forever. But if you see in this history, Samuel's breaking it down how we started doing this nonsense after we came out of Egypt. Right. And we've been doing this for thousands of years. How long are we going to keep doing this to the Lord? Right. You know what I mean? Read. Verse 12. And when ye saw that the Hash, the king of the children of Ammon, came against you, ye said unto me, Nay, but a king shall reign over us, but the Lord your power was your king. And see, that's what he said. Look what we just did. Now the Lord said to Jerubbaal, you know what I mean, Badon, Jephthah, Samuel, he basically said, look, the Lord sent all these judges, seers. Now we know them as prophets. The Lord sent all of these prophets, all of these mighty men to come and save you. Right. And deliver you from evil on every side of you. You're surrounded by heathens and you keep getting attacked on all sides. And the Lord has delivered you time and time and time again. And now you come and ask me, because Ammon came up against you. Now you come and say, no, you know, let's have a king over us instead of the Lord. The Lord was your king. The Lord was our king. We didn't need a king. We had a king, the Lord God, the creator of all. Yahweh was our king. Right. But we turned our back on our spiritual king so we can have a physical king in front of us. Because we want to be able to see this king, because all the other nations look so glorious when they go and bow down and worship in their king. Right. Not really how the other nations looked at us and were jealous of us. We didn't have a king ruling us. We were free people. All we did was bow down and worship our God and praise our God and sacrifice our God, and everything was okay. Right. We had judges amongst us to sort out the little matters that happened between the people and to prophesy against enemies when they came, to warn them to stay away from us. But we didn't need a king to lead us. God was leading us directly. Right. But just like today, we won't be just like everybody else. All right, go ahead. 13. Now therefore, behold the king whom ye have chosen, and whom ye have desired. And behold, the Lord has set a king over you. He said, now you're finna get what you asked. Behold, you got what you asked for. Right. Go ahead. Now, 14. If ye will fear the Lord and serve him and obey his voice, and not rebel against the commandment of the Lord, then shall both ye and also the king that reigneth over you continue following the Lord your power. So now he's warning, that's a warning. If you all continue to obey the law, statutes, and commandments, even though you just turned your back on God and told God you don't want him ruling over you, which is it's so disgusting of us. Right. You know what I mean? As a nation, I say us because we're reborn. We were that was us back then doing the same thing. Right. We don't know who we were in the Bible. We don't know what people we were, but you better believe that was us doing the same thing back then because we're still doing it today. Right. We want to go and vote for presidents, vote for mayors, vote for congressmen, senators, and aldermen. And then in other countries where we're scattered, they voting for kings and queens and czars and all that other stuff, and emperors and whatever to rule over them. You know what I mean? We keep voting for men to rule over us when we have the ultimate king, which is the creator of all things, that wants to rule us and guide us, but we don't want his guidance. You know what I'm saying? We want to glorify a man over it. We want to celebrate the creature more than the creator. You know what I mean? Let's continue on. It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 15 in the Hebrew. Wa'am, la'am, the Shemai was. Bokawal, Yahweh. Roma where your thumb. Ah, Yah, Yahweh. When your thumb, Yah,
Yahweh, become. Waba the Yakum. Verse 16, Gum, Aita, Hada Yatazabawa, Wara Awa, Ah, Hada Bar, Haga the Wall, Hazah, Ashar, Yahweh, Aisha, La Ayana Yakum, verse 17, Halawa, Kartazayar, Kartayam, Hayawam, Akara, all, Yahweh, Wayathan, Halawah, Wamatar, whether I was, where I was, Kaya, right to come, Rabah, Ashar, Ashayatham, Ba'ayanaya, Yahweh, Lasha Awal, Nakam, Allah, verse 18, where you grow up, Shema all, Yahweh, where you're done, Yahweh, Kalath, Wamatar, by your one, Hawa, where Yara up, call, Ha'ain, Ma'ad, Ah, Yahweh, Ma'af, some of all, verse 19, where you Amara, call, Ha'ain, all, some of all, Hadapallah, Ba'ai, Ibadiyak, all, Yahweh, Alayak, Alahayak, all. Number one, Ya, Yasapanwa, Ah, Call, Hata Dayanwa, Ra'aiha, Lasha'al, Nanawa, Malak, verse 20, where you Amar, Shemawal, all, Ha'ain, all, like Ah, the Yarawa, a thumb, I say the thumb, Ah, Call, Hara'aiha, Haza'af, all. That's a word what? Like that's a word. Makaria, Yahweh. Why but the thumb? Yahweh. A call. The bubble come, verse 21. Wala That's a word what? Kaya. Makaria. Hata what? Ashar. La Yoma Ayawa, Wala Yatazawa, Kaya, the Hawa, Hamad.
Right.
In the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 15, in English. But if you will not obey the voice of the Lord, but rebelled against the commandment of the Lord, then shall the hand of the Lord be against you, as it was against your father.
As we said now, if you obey the Lord, obey the commandments, obey the law, statutes, and commandments, you and your king will reign. The Lord will reign over you, and your king will reign over you, and y'all will follow the Lord your God. God will be with us forever. Right. If we just follow, he's been telling us this for way too long for us to still be not following the law, statutes, and commandments. Right. You know what I'm saying? So now he done warned just like Moses did. But if you don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, if you don't obey what the Lord is telling you, the Lord is going to turn against you, just like he did your fathers. So he just started with the captivities that we were in, starting with Sisera. You know what I mean? Right. We went through them different captivities so far. Each captivity, if you have been paying attention as we've been going through the Bible, each captivity is starting to get longer and longer and longer. Right. Every time we started to go into slavery, them years increased. First it was like 5 years, then it was like 10, then like 25, then 50. You get what I'm saying? It's increasing and increasing every captivity until we got to where we are today. Right. Go ahead.
Verse 16. Now therefore stand and see this great thing which the Lord will do before your eyes. 17. Is it not wheat harvest today? I will call unto the Lord, and he shall send thunder and rain, that ye may perceive and see that your wickedness is great, which ye have done in the sight of the Lord, and ask me you a king.
Now see, he said, look, I'm gonna just in case of some of y'all that don't think that it's real. Lord, that the Lord is real.
Right.
Yeah, I know y'all seen us deliver it. He delivered us from the army, but y'all probably gonna contribute that to Saul's great leadership. So I'm going to call upon the Lord to show thunder and rain, so he can show his power real quick, and you can realize how wicked y'all are for asking for a king to rule over you. Because the Lord said for us to not imitate the ways of the heathen, to not be like these other nations. We're meant to stand out. We're meant to be on top. We're meant to be separate. We're meant to be a holy people. You know what I mean? Separate from everybody else. The Lord chose us out of every nation on the earth. And he said if he would have chosen another nation, they'd gladly follow him. Look at our oppressors. Look at the fake Jewish men. You know what I mean? They flaunted around in front of the whole world. If you say anything, if a black man say he a Jew, they say it's anti-Semitic, and they try to mute him out and break his pockets and do everything but kill him. Man, they probably gonna try to kill a couple of these brothers. You know what I'm saying? But we always want to be like everybody else. So Samuel said, look, today is harvest day, and I'm going to ask the Lord to send thunder and rain. So you all can see how wicked you have been to ask the Lord to let a king rule over you. You got your king, but it's a wicked thing for you to have your king. Like I said, Samuel is chastising Israel. He's reminding them of whose they are and how they just turned their back on the Lord. Go ahead.
18. And so Samuel called unto the Lord, and the Lord sent thunder and rain that day, and all the people greatly feared the Lord and Samuel. 19. All the people said unto Samuel, pray for thy servants unto the Lord thy power, that we die not, for we have added unto all our sins this evil, to ask us a king.
Now they're afraid. You know what I mean? Samuel prayed unto the Lord sent the thunder and the rain that Samuel told them he's going to pray for the Lord to send. And when they did, now please ask the Lord to forgive us because we did this evil asking for a king. But Samuel told them, Samuel tried to convince them to not ask for the king, to not have a king rule over you. You know what I mean? But they insisted on it. And now they're afraid. They should have been afraid beforehand. They should have been afraid when Samuel told them that they were going astray by asking for this king. But they insisted on it and wanted it. Now we got it. So it's too late now. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And Samuel said unto the people, fear not, ye have done all this wickedness. Yet turn not aside from following the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart. Verse 21. And turn ye not aside, for then should ye go after vain things, which cannot profit nor deliver, but they are vain.
So look, he said, listen, I know y'all scared, but don't stop worshiping the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Don't turn aside from him, because if you do, you're gonna go after vanity. You're gonna go after these vain things. Basically, you're gonna start worshiping heathen gods, heathen ways. You're gonna start valuing the things that the heathens do, and all they value is vain things that cannot profit you or deliver you. You know what I mean? Because they're vanity. They're just for show. They're nothing. You know what I mean? Something that's vain is something that's useless. Go ahead.
So to tell you about that, it was going on with the last year, quote unquote, East Indians, they bulldozed all those statues, thousands of statues into the river because the coronavirus, they God didn't save them. So that tells you that there's only one God, the God of the niggas.
Exactly. The God of the niggas saved the Isupk from coronavirus. You know what I mean? While the whole world shut down, our doors were still open. While your Christian church and your Muslim mosque and your Indian whatever, and your Buddhist temples and all your martial arts classes and your meditation sessions and all of that stuff, your yoga classes and your Nam Yoga Reggae Kyo classes, all that crap shut down during the coronavirus. When the coronavirus hit and bodies were in the street, people were dying all across the world. The Lord spared us and let us keep our doors open. The Lord made it so not one brother in this school died of the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? We lost family members because our family members are part of this world. But those that have separated ourselves from the world and started following the law, statutes, commandments, and the traditions of our people and doing what the Lord said, the Lord spared us. You know what I mean? It's going to keep happening as this world is destroyed. The Isupk is going to grow and prosper. You will see who the real men of the Lord are. as this world gets as the world gets destroyed even more. He's going to deliver us. So we didn't turn from him. That's what Samuel is telling them right now. Don't turn away from worshiping the Lord, because all that vanity, when times of trouble and distress happen, that vanity is not going to be there to help you. Right. That was the last verse. All right, let's continue on. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 12 and verse 22 in the Hebrew. Kaya la'ah Yatash Yahweh Ad Imawah by I Bawar Shamwa Hagadawal Kaya Salaki Hawa Ya Hawa Y'all Yahweh Lashawat Atko Lawa La'ain, verse 23. Gum Anakia Kal Yalaha Laya Makata La Yahweh, but the rock Hatawabat Waha Yeshara, verse 24. Ak Yerawa Ak Yahweh why bought them? Well, I but a thumb. Afterward. Ba'amat. Bakal. Lula Bakam. Kaya. Ra'awa. Ashar. Hagadal. Amakam. Verse 25. Wa'at. Ra'ai. The Ra'awa. Gum. A thumb. Gum. Malakam. Malakam. That's a Pawah. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 13 and verse 1. Bond. Shagad. Shawal. Bamalakwa. Washathia. Shabayam. Malak. Yasharal. Verse 2. Were you the Bakar? Were you Bakar? Lawal. Shawal. Shalashah. Alapat. Alapayam. Mayasharala. Wayaha Yawa. Ain. Shawal. Alapium. Bamakam. Bamakamash. Wabahar. Bayat. Al. Walak.
Hayawah, Ayn. You were you Thanan. Were you Thanan. Ba'ai. Banaya Mayan. Were you Thar. Ha'ain. Shalak. Ayash. Halayawa. Verse 3. Wayak. Wayanathan. Ad. Natazayah. Bulashathium. Ashar. Banabayat. Bagabai. Wayashemaiwa. Bulashathium. Washawal. The Quran. Bashar Wapar. Bakal. Haratazah. Lamar. Yashemaiwa. Haibaryam. Right.
Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 22. English. For the Lord will not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because it had pleased the Lord to make you his people.
Said the Lord would not forsake us for his great. You know how heavy that line is right there? The Lord will not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because it pleased the Lord to make you his people. The Lord is not going to forsake us because of the greatness of his name and who he is. And he keeps his promises. And he promised Abraham that we would be numbered as the sand of the sea.
Right.
He promised Isaac. He promised Jacob. He promised Moses.
Right.
The Lord keeps his promises and his word. It's us that keep breaking our vows to the Lord.
Right.
It's not the Lord. And he's going to keep it because of his great name. And it pleased him. He looked at all the people of the world. He created his whole entire world, and it pleased him to make us the smallest nation at the time, his people. We went into Egypt. We were not even a nation yet.
Right.
We were one man, one family going into Egypt, one group of people, and we came out a whole entire nation. And we keep turning our backs on the Lord, man. It's just disgusting. Keep reading.
3. Moreover, as for me, the Most High forbid that I should sin against the Lord in ceasing to pray for you. But I will teach you the good and the right way.
He said, I'm not going to sin against the Lord and stop praying for my brothers. I'm going to keep praying for you and teach you the good and right way. I'm going to show you where you're going wrong and show you what the Lord wants and how to please him.
Right.
Samuel was an excellent brother.
Right.
An excellent judge, an excellent leader, an excellent seer, aka prophet for the nation of Israel. Samuel never offended his brothers. He didn't do anything wrong. No one had an ought with him. Even in his old age, watching his people sin and turn his back, he's still going to pray for him to the day he died.
Right.
That's an excellent brother.
Right.
Keep going.
4. Only fear the Lord and serve him in truth with all your heart. For consider how great things he has done for you. 5. But if ye shall still do wickedly, ye shall be consumed, both ye and your king.
He said, better consider all the things that the Lord has done for you with all your heart, all your mind. You know what I mean? Put it in your head. Think about all the great things that he has done for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you do wickedly, you and your king are going to be consumed. And that's why we're at where we're at now. Right. Us and our kings got consumed. That happened with the captivity with Rome. King House of David, the house of David fell. The bloodline of King David, you know what I mean, fell from rulership. After King Saul, it fell to the point where
the house of David were carpenters.
Right.
Joseph, the father of Christ, Christ's father is Joseph. That's how Christ descends from the bloodline of David, was a carpenter.
Right.
By right of succession and heritage, Joseph should have been the next, would have been in the lineage in line to be king of Israel, not a carpenter living in the ghetto. Now the bloodline, you know what I mean? Christ's bloodline is still out here. The family of David, the root of David is still in the earth. We don't know who we are. We don't know who, if we descended from him or not. You know what I mean? But look at us now in the ghettos, the barrios, and on the reservations. I guarantee you this, the house of David is somewhere in the ghetto or in the projects. Go ahead.
My neighbor was heavy about that is, we said we're carpenter, look at how the Hispanics build those houses. You know what I'm saying? Icing, man, quick. The job didn't take, say, the job may take 2 weeks, and they have it done in less than a week. You know what I'm saying?
That's part of our skills as a people. You know what I mean? Like these are things that come naturally to us. You know what I'm saying? And don't get it confused. He's not saying that the Hispanics are from the house of you know, Christ was Judah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Our Hispanic brothers are not Judites.
Right.
But you know what I mean? That's just show the natural skill we are, the kinship that we have. You know what I mean? That's just in our bloodline. Continue on.
Because for Samuel chapter 13, verse 1, Saul reigned 1 year, and when he had reigned 2 years over Israel, verse 2, Saul chose him 3,000 men of Israel, whereof 2,000 were with Saul and with Michmash and Mount Bethel, and 1,000 were with Jonathan and Gibeah of Benjamin, and the rest of the people he sent every man to his tent. Verse 3, and Jonathan smote the garrison of the Philistines that was in Geba, and the Philistines heard of it, and Saul blew the trumpet throughout all the land, saying, let the Hebrews hear.
So Saul assembled his army.
Right.
He got to work. He ruled for 1 year, and in his second year over Israel, he assembled his army, and he went to work. He went to war against the Philistines and slew them. And then he just blew a trumpet through all the lands and said, let the Hebrews hear. I think we got time for 7 more. Yeah, let's do these last 7, and we'll wrap it up.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 22.
13.
Samuel chapter 13, verse 4 in the Hebrew. Call Yasha'ala, Shema Iwa, Le'amar, Hakab, Sha'awal, Af, Letazayah, Parashatim, Wagam, Neba'ash, Yasha'ala, Kapalashtim, Kapalashtim, with Tazaikwar, Ha'ain, Hakari, Sha'awal, Galagal, verse 3, it's like verse 5. Wapalashati, the Asapar, it's like in the Asapawah. Lalakam, Ain, Yasha'ala, Shalashiyam, Allah, Rakab, Washashah, Alapayam, Parashayam, Wa'ai, it's like Wa'ain, Kakawal, Ashar, Al, Shapath, Hayam, Larub, Waya Ilawa, Waya Kanwa, Bawa Kamash, Kodamat, Bayaf, Awan, 6, Ayash, Yashala, Ra'awa, Kaya, Cesar, Lawa, Kaya, Nagash, Ha'ain, with Takabawa, Ha'ain, Bama Irawaf, Wabaka, with the young, it's like Wabakawa, Kayam, Wabasala, Yaham, like Wabasa, La'ayam, Wabatazar to come, Wabak, Barawat, verse 7, Wibarian, Ibaru, Af, Hayaradan, Aratazah, good. Wagalai, Washa Awal. Iwadama, Galagal, Wakal, Ain, Parantawad, Akariwad, verse 8. William Wakal, Shaba'ai, Yamayam, Namawai, Ashar, Shuma Awal, Wada'a, Ba'a, Shuma Wa'al, Hagalagal, William Pataza, Ain, Ma'ai, Layuwa, verse 9, William Amar, Shawa'al, Hadashawad, Aliyah, Ha'ila, Wa'ashala Mayam, Wa'ayah, Ha'ila, verse 10, Wa'yahya, Kakal Atawa, Na'ai Nawath, Ha'ila, Wa'ana, Shama'al, Ba'a, Wa'yataza'a, Sha'awal, Nakor Watawa, Nabarkawa.
Finishing on that.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 13, verse 5, verse 4, and 8. And all Israel heard say that Saul had smitten a garrison of the Philistines, and that Israel also was had in abomination with the Philistines. And the people were called together after Saul to Gilgal. Verse 18. And the Philistines gathered themselves together to fight with Israel, 30,000 chariots and 6,000 horsemen. And the people as sand, as the sand which is on the seashore in multitude. And they came up and pitched in Michmash, Isupk from Bethel.
So Sam, Saul smote a garrison. The Philistines heard of it. That's why Saul blew the trumpet and said, "Let the Hebrews hear." So the word spread throughout the land that he destroyed a whole garrison of the Philistines. You know what I mean? And the Philistines gathered together, and they got their chariots and their horsemen and their people, and it said they looked like the sand on the seashore. So that means that, it says 30,000 chariots, 6,000 horsemen, and people that look like the sand. So they gathered their whole army. They gathered an immense, massive force against us. Keep reading.
Verse 6. When the men of Israel saw that they were in a strait, the people were distressed. Then the people did hide themselves in caves and in thickets and in rocks and in high places and in pits.
So the people of Israel saw this massive army that they couldn't even count. You know what I mean? There was so many Philistines, they could not count it. And everybody got afraid, just started hiding. Right. But, we wanted a king. You know what I'm saying? Now the king, we got to follow the king's rulership. The Lord wanted what type of king we would have ruling over us. It would be a wartime king. Right. They was going to militarize the men and domesticate the women and take everything from everybody. We would no longer be that free, independent people. We'll still be free, but free under our king. We're going to have somebody ruling over us. Right. So don't get scared now. Go ahead.
7. And some of the Hebrews went over Jordan to the land of Gilead, to the land of Gad and Gilead. As for Saul, he was yet in Gilgal, and all the people followed him trembling. Verse 8. And he tarried 7 days, according to the set time that Samuel had appointed. But Samuel came not to Gilgal, and the people were scattered from him.
Now Samuel had told him, "Go to Gilgal 7 days, and I'll come and let you know the rest of the Lord's instructions." Saul did what Samuel told him, but Samuel didn't come. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, we'll find out later in the chapter, Samuel didn't come. And so the people got afraid, and they started to scatter away from Saul. You know what I mean? Right. You can't abandon your king that you begged the Lord for. Right. But they did. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And Saul said, "Bring hither a burnt offering to me, and peace offerings." And he offered the burnt offering. Verse 10. And it came to pass that as soon as he had made an end of offering the burnt offering, behold, Samuel came, and Saul went out to meet him, that he might salute him.
So yeah, Saul walked up there with the prophets.
Right.
So Saul, being a wise man, and I mean, he knew what to do. He said, you know what? Okay, Samuel's not here. I need to know what's going on. Bring me a burnt offering and a peace offering to the Lord. So he sacrificed those offerings unto the Lord and show how the Lord worked. As soon as he finished sacrificing those offerings, here comes the prophet to give him the instructions that he needed.
Right.
All right, with that.
Maya Shalom. Muslims stand. On up and jump, you turn the face to the east. You're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodesh. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Laba'ah. Batazai. Ayah. Aisha. Baratazah. Kawah. Hayah. Bashemayim. Dunanaw. Come. Kab. Yawam. Kasalakanaw. Kasalakanaw. Kabawaginaw. Bala'ah. Nabayanaw. One side one. Above. Kawashai now. Mayan. Ron. Kaya. The cup. Amalakwa. Waha'al. Waha'al. Aman. In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, that will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debt as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Like the pound of Hebrew, Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Babakashah,
Dunanaw, Akak, Larpa'ah,
Call
Makalah, Call Wadawa, Akak, Latahar, Amatazariah, Akak, the Haki, the Mati, Al-Karawat, the Tama'ala, Garshun, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Wadaman in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Barakanaw, Wayasharala, Wahabayah, Sapari, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Wadaman in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, bless us and Israel and the school in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121. Hebrew,
Asha'ah, Ayanya, Alaharya, Mayan, Yaba'ah, Izari, Ma'an, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Baratazah, Ayathan, Lamawat, Regard, Al-Yanawah, Shamar, Anala'ah, Danawah, Imam, Ayawah, Zerawat, Labanya, the Wat, Aisha, Lahum, Kamadi, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayabi, Banakal, Koyashawan, Nashamad, Bayan, Ga'aywa, Hayawah, Daman, Adama, Sayathamba, Ladub, Yadmu, Kaira, Wakazabah, Wakazabah, Asar, Amar, Nair Rashad, Dana Wat, Na'awat, Alahayam, Alahayam, Sayatham, Gogala, the Quat, the Panya, Rabaka, Ka'at, Gaba'ira, Ya'ira, Wakalahaba, Dalahat, Ariyam, Khan, the